So let's talk about what happens once you become good at what you do. See, this is where it becomes scary. See, because once it becomes easy to do something, that's when you run the risk of getting cocky. That's when you run the risk of taking shortcuts to make it just a little bit easier. And see, what tends to happen, and Adrian's heard me say this in different contexts before, if you make a habit of making exceptions to the rule, eventually the exceptions become the rule. And at some point in time, when you have to be held accountable, you have nothing to stand over. Because you spent so many times taking the shortcut that you really forgot how to do what it was by the numbers that made you excellent in the first place. Now, I'm sure everybody in this room either is or has been that person who's been like this. Leave me alone. I'm good. Right where I am. Ain't nobody bother me. I won't bother nobody. And I'm good. Right where I am. And people are like that. On their job, I'm good. Just, hi, Jane. I had a guy who I worked with who never took a promotional exam because his philosophy was the only gun I want to be responsible for is the one on my hip. And another coworker who went from patrolman to captain in about 10, 11 years. Because when he was eligible to take a promotion exam, he took it. And then once he got promoted, he started studying for the next one. He got promoted to sergeant, he started studying for lieutenant the next day. Right? When he made lieutenant, he started studying for captain the next day. And that next day would turn out to be another 2, maybe 2, 3 years. So somewhere around 10, 11 years or so, he went from patrolman to captain in that amount of time. Why? Because he challenged himself. See, you can't take the mindset of leave me alone to do my own thing. If you want to do that, that's fine, because that's just telling me, that's just telling the world that you want the world to pass you by. And if you want the world to pass you by, that's fine. But don't sit up there and wondering why I can't have what I want to have and everybody else is getting this, that, and the third. If you're not doing anything to improve yourself. I would take it back. Way back. Back at the time. When I was in 3rd grade, my principal's name was Mr. Rafters. He called my mother in. I just knew I was in trouble, but I knew I ain't do nothing this time. He called my mother in, and basically what he said to her was, you need to pull your son out of public school. Because public school system is going to do him a disservice in the long run. See, what was happening was I would finish my work early, and then I would help. I wouldn't like go goof around. I would actually help my friends do their work. And this kind of made the teachers mad because I was showing my boy shortcuts that my mom had taught me, and it was working. So everybody was finishing early. That's messing with. Is that annoying?
Yeah, when you're doing somebody else's work and they're not getting the process. Yeah,
because I'm just saying, yo, but if you just carry this thing over here, don't worry about that. And this is, let me tell you, my mama told me how to divide it. But my mom listened to Mr. Raftins, and she put me in Catholic school. Now, remember a few minutes ago I was talking about Sister Patricia. I'll tell you something, Sister Patricia Hogan, that woman don't play. She didn't take no mess off of me. She didn't take no mess off of nobody. But she encouraged. Now, you guys were here. Sister Patricia Hogan was the principal of my grammar school, Our Lady of Christian, back in East Orange. She was there when I started going there in 4th grade, which is what until now. But she's still there to this very day. As a principal, she's been a principal over 50. This woman has been a principal longer than everybody in this room has been alive. And she hasn't missed a beat. Hair's a little white. She's brown hair when I was there. Hair's white now. But I wouldn't mess with this one. Wouldn't mess with Sister Patricia one bit. Alright? she encouraged me, as she encourages every one of those kids in East Orange, New Jersey, that you can go to college. You will go to college. And I'm going to tell you this. By the time I got to 8th grade, I was too through with Catholic school. I was so done. I was so tired of Catholic school. I just knew I was going to either East Orange High, which I really didn't want to go to because either the girl got pregnant if you look at her cross-eyed, or dude who were thugs would come in and shoot up the cafeteria, you know. Or I would go to other high school, Clifford Scott. As a matter of fact, when we took the end of the year tests, and we got to write down what schools we wanted our scores to go to, those are the 2 schools I put down, and I just know that again, my days of wearing a tie to school were through. That is until Sister Patricia had the same talk with my father that Mr. Rafters had with my mother, and Sister Patricia herself took it upon herself to submit my scores to Essex Catholic Boys High School. The only Catholic high school in the city of East Orange. But I will say this in all seriousness. I thank God for both Mr. Rafters and Sister Patricia. Because if it wasn't for them putting me in those challenging environments, I could have easily wound up like a lot of the guys that I eventually wound up locking up that I grew up with. Or the guys I just happened to see on the corner doing junkie nine, y'all know? You see, you must challenge yourself in order to win. People will complacent and tell you, I'm happy right where I am. And I'm telling you that you need to run from these people like your life depends on it, because it does. These people will infect you with a case of chronic laziness that will kill you years before they put your body in the ground. As a matter of fact, everybody repeat after me. ABC.
ABC.
Always be challenging yourself.
Always be challenging yourself.
See? So when you go to your client, you can just tell ABC! One thing I learned from my police academy and my military training instructors is that you can't give up. And when you don't, as trainers, I'm sure you stress this as well with your clients. You have to keep fighting, no matter what. And when you get to the point where you just don't have anything left, if you push just a little bit harder, you'll find what it is that you need inside of you to get you across the goal line. When they tell you, I can't do it, and you say, you do it, get it! And they give you that one last rep. Well, like you said before, the girl, like you said before, the girl gave you the one push-up, and we had that milestone, right? You know, let me tell you something. One time, I was attending a seminar with the U.S. Marshals, and they had a poster on the wall, and the poster had a guy who was lifting weights, and he had a t-shirt on. The t-shirt said penitentiary, prison, or something like that. And the caption above the poster said, every day you're not working out. Then beneath it, it said, he is. Now, the last thing I want to share with you is talking about making a difference. It's having the will to win. One of the things you need in order to have a will to win is you have to be able to conquer your fear. I'm going to abridge this really quick because I know you guys want to get out of here. I have what I call the 3F formula. I call it face it, fight it, be free of it. Free yourself from it. Okay? And quick story. I was 19 years old. I was at Lackland Air Force Base, San Antonio, Texas. First night of boot camp. And because I didn't consult my family when I decided to enlist in the Air Force, I attribute that to being my first decision as a man. Because I hadn't had nobody's permission, I didn't consult anybody about it. No matter what, like it or not, my family couldn't rescue me. I was committed to the United States Air Force. So there I am, standing on the square, just went off the bus, about 60 dudes, and standing at a position of attention, just like they told us on the bus, not talking, nobody saying nothing. Don't say nothing, you gonna do it. So we're standing at a position of attention, and it's 70 degrees at night. 70 degrees night. But this is Texas, all right? Let me tell you something else. About Lackland Air Force Base. It doesn't matter where you came from in the country. It doesn't matter what time of day you left. You can leave the house and go to the airport 6 o'clock in the morning. Everybody arrives at Lackland Air Force Base San Antonio, Texas, hours of darkness. Okay? And so it's 70 degrees at night, but I swear you can hear knees shaking and literally hear teeth chattering. I know that my teeth are chattering too. And I was feeling it. But I started to calm myself down because I just started to tell myself jokes. I was like, instead of stinking thinking coming in, I just, what you gonna do now? You can't go home. Look like you stuck. You know, it would be funny. It'd be funny if two big barrel-chested country boys come out cussing and spitting tobacco. That'd be funny. This is me in my head. You know, and the thing is, it's working because I'm calming down. But a couple seconds later, oh my God, Jesus H. Christ, what in the do we have it? Their names were Sergeant Muncie and Sergeant Skidmore. That was the man's names. And just as I imagined it, that's how they came out. Cussing and spitting tobacco. The funniest thing is, I had never heard so many insults thrown out in one time in my life. And you know what? I was too busy fighting the urge to laugh. Because this is some of the funniest stuff I've ever heard in my life. I was too busy trying not to laugh and get yelled at than I was being scared. And then Sergeant Skidmore got in my face. By the time he got around to me, Jersey came out to me. Not cocky, but confident. Now, was I still shook on the inside? Hell yeah, I was shook. But he wasn't about to see it. By the time we were done with our exchange, I wound up being placed in charge of 30 out of those 60 dudes I had to spend the next 6 weeks in my basic training class. Over the 3 F's. I faced my fear. I fought my fear. And I freed myself from my fear. If you don't remember anything else, I want you to remember that winners have reasons and losers have excuses. Reason is just cause for taking an alternate route to come across a dead end. However, an excuse is just a crap justification for why you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Why you're allowing yourself to quit and not fight and press on. You see, there's nothing wrong with changing your mind along the way if you come across a dead end. You're driving and you come across a dead end, you don't just stop, unload the car, and start looking for a place to live on that street. You turn around, ask for some direction, and get back on track. Life works the exact same way. So, I'll say this, and this will be it. I'll be done, I promise. If you could change the life of one person, even if that first person is just yourself, you'll find yourself on the path to being a successful person in life. Not only success in terms of making money, fancy clothes, and money up. No. Just being able to make a difference in somebody's life. I like to think that I'm on my road to success because of the people that I have in this room that I've known. And hopefully, those of you who I've met today, I hope that some of the things I've said you can carry on. And if so, I made a difference in your life as well. Again, my name is Harold Reed. I'm also known as HRJR, your Motiv-ACTION coach. If you don't know what Motiv-ACTION means, motive plus action equals results, and results equals success.